This is a follow-up to my video on Katara being spoiled. I developed more arguments to enhance my stance on the waterbending master. A comment pointed out that Pakku also chose his pride/culture over the fate of the world, like Katara. To be more accurate, Pakku taught Aang initially, but after he disrespected his culture, he chose his culture over the world. Regardless, Pakku acted like a jerk. We all agree on that, but look at it as a story. Antagonists are hurdles. Their job is to present a hurdle that the heroes have to jump over by learning a lesson or adapting. This was baked into Avatar's writing style. In a lot of Avatar episodes, this hurdle was internal in addition to physical, which resulted in character arcs or themes. However, when a character bulldozes through these hurdles instead of jumping over them, that is weak writing. In my first video, I argued that Katara unintelligently bulldozed her way through this internal problem, and the writers had to bend logic to its breaking point to grant her the internal and external win. Logically, what she did wouldn't have accomplished anything. She didn't learn or adapt. But let's dive deeper into Avatar and draw more comparisons. Let's compare time where, like Katara, Aang bulldozed his way into learning bending. In The Deserter, Aang wanted Zhang Zhang to teach him fire, but JJ said no. Aang snitched on Roku and pulled rank on JJ, forcing him to teach Aang because he was the Avatar. Aang acted incredibly spoiled here, maybe even more so than Katara. But guess what? He got punished. He got burned, or more accurately, he burned Katara as a result of being impatient. This made him never want to bend fire again. He was faced with a hurdle, but he didn't learn or adapt, so he was punished. Like I said in the video, when other characters acted poorly, they got punished, but Katara could get away with similar or worse things because she was a teacher's pet. Now, let's look at other episodes where bending was learned. In Bitterwork, Toph was teaching Aang to earthbend. The internal lesson she was trying to teach him with the boulder exercise was stand your ground, but it clashed with Aang's airbender mentality. So what did Aang do in the climax? Did he bulldoze his way into forcing Toph to teach him differently? No. He learned his lesson and stood his ground against the Moose and Toph. Toph also slightly changed her method of teaching to positive reinforcement like Katara suggested, but it was only after Aang learned his lesson, and she's one of the main heroes and heroes learn lessons. In the Firebending Masters, Aang and Zuko wanted to learn firebending. They eventually encountered the Sun Masters, who were hurdles. They put Aang, who they knew was the Avatar, through a trial that could get him killed if he failed. This is significantly worse than what Pakku did, but it doesn't matter because they are antagonists. An antagonist acting antagonistic is on brand. They are hurdles, they're supposed to challenge the heroes. So what did Aang do? Did he bulldoze his way into making the Sun Masters teach him in a way he preferred? No. He and Zuko took the test and passed by using the dancing dragon they learned earlier. In other words, they adapted by integrating into the culture. These 3 episodes juxtaposed with the waterbending master makes Katara look even worse. To recap, the point is that when met with a hurdle, Avatar characters usually jump over it by learning or adapting. Katara bulldozed, which was lazy writing. Let me suggest possible solutions. Solution 1 keeps Katara's hot-headedness. Instead of fighting for her pride, she apologizes to return Aang as a student, but then she makes a wager for her own student status. If she can land a hit on Pakku, he has to teach her too, but if she fails, she'll never waterbend again. There are 2 outcomes. She lands a hit and passes, or she fails, but Pakku respects her skills and chooses to teach her. I prefer the second because it's more dramatic and it shows the skill gap between Pakku and Katara. Solution 2 is more level-headed. Katara apologizes and asks for a chance to display her skills to change his mind. Maybe he rejects her and Sokka and Katara bait him into accepting by tempting his ego. He accepts, they fight, she loses, but Pakku respects her skills. In both of these solutions, Pakku seeing such a competent female waterbender leads to the customs changing. Both of these are third paths, which I brought up in the energy bending video. When a character is at a crossroads with only 2 paths, and choosing one means sacrificing the other, they create a third path with cleverness. It would have been so easy to write something like this because the Avatar writers had written much more clever episodes, but because their teacher's pet was the focus, they didn't want her to learn.